This model kit review is of the Mig-19, and it is a 1/48 scale model by AA Models, and this is a interesting box. It has artist impression, which is not a very good one, of the Mig-19. We do have a picture here of the finished model, which is actually a very nice picture. Give you some of the detail there. Nothing really on that side. Here's another painting. Actually, it's probably a photograph, just not very well printed. And here's another picture of the finished model. Let's have a look inside. So first of all, here we have our decals. Looks like we have very minimal decals there. We have a stand, and then we have our cockpit canopy, and some glue. Let's open up these screws here and have a look. So this piece has already come off, but looking at the fuselage here, got a fair amount of detail. We do have an air brake, some recessed panel rivet lines. These rivet lines are enormous. Here's our instrument panel. We have some bombs which are actually molded as solid plastic. We have some missiles, landing gear, our wheels, and exhausts. That's not very well molded, not a lot of detail. These fuel tanks are reasonable. Let's have a look at the inside here. No real detail on that cockpit there. We do have a cockpit seat. Here's our wing. Also recessed rivet and panel lines. These are pretty nicely molded actually. And our stabilizer. Here's our tail. And we have some additional weapons, rocket pods. This looks like this is probably part of our air intake, maybe, or the exhaust. We'll have to have a look. Probably the exhaust. So here are the instructions. We start off with the right wing, then the left wing, then the tail, landing gear. We put the gear on the wings, and as you can see here, there's no real detail inside that wheel well. Then the cockpit and fuselage go together with the air brakes, and the landing gear, wings go on, as well as the stabilizer and tail. Here's our exhaust. We have the air intake. So those were actually, was actually the air intake, not the exhaust. And in our weapons and tanks, there's the fuel tanks and the other pylons going on, and then putting it on a stand if you wanted to, and different weapons. Here's the painting and decal guide. So they're showing here these different colors, but there really aren't many decals. So all in all, molding level quality is reasonable. Not a lot of extra parts. Decals are poor, and so are the wheel wells and cockpit.